What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video in this wonderful series of testimonies, and hopefully you guys had a wonderful week. And as I mentioned on the previous video, this one is a special one as well. It's coming from our one and only sister in Christ, a wonderful, talented, beautiful woman of God that will be sharing her story in her walk with Jesus Christ. And I believe that this story coming up next is a true testament of honoring God in everything that you do, putting God at the center of it all, just trusting in Him and believing in Him, not leaning on your own understanding, but leaning to the gospel of Jesus Christ, and allow Him to orchestrate your life, allow Him to orchestrate your plans that will prosper you, not harm you, plans of good and not evil to those of all of us who loves Jesus Christ. And also, if this channel has been a blessing to your life, this channel has really helped in your walk, subscribe to the channel and subscribe. And we're not taking any credit from it. It's not our content. We give God all the glory. We give Him all the glory. We just walk in obedience according to His will, being in alignment with His Spirit, that is the Holy Spirit. And yes, so before we move forward to the video, if this video has been a blessing to you, if you've learned from her story, please comment on the section below and like and subscribe.
What up, everybody? My name is Esther Luntadila. You guys probably know me as Forever Esther. I'm an artist, graphic designer, illustrator, and I'm into anything that's art related. And I'm here to talk to you guys about my journey with the Lord and how I started becoming a freelance artist. Yeah.
Esther, can you explain to people what you do currently?
So currently what I do is I'm a freelance illustrator. So I do drawings for people. I do commissions. Basically, they send me their idea and I do the illustration. And I also do my own art on the side and I sell it. And I just, I promote myself through social media, and I get deals from other companies such as Adobe, Colourpop. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm an artist.
How did you meet Jesus? How did it happen?
Oh gosh. So I grew up in a Christian household. Like, my parents were Christian and I knew God since my birth. But I wasn't really into my word and I didn't have a real relationship with God until 2014. That's when I started taking my walk with Christ seriously, because I was surrounded by friends that were like always telling me, like, Esther, you need to get your life together with God. Like, you never know when you're gonna die, like where you're gonna go. Like, at first I was like, I thought they were bugging me. I was like, oh, you guys are so annoying. But then eventually, like, the message started getting into my head. Like, I started questioning myself, like, if I die today, like, where am I gonna go? Like, what's the purpose of this life here? When if I die, I'm just gonna go to hell. So in 2014, my best friend, like, she really encouraged me to take my walk with Christ seriously, and then I got baptized in 2015. Yeah.
How were you living your life before compared to after you were saved?
Before I was pretty much, we can say, lukewarm, because I was listening to secular music. I was doing anything I wanted to do. Like, I was really in control of my own life. Like, I believed in Jesus, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna put Jesus to the side. I'm gonna do me. So I was heavy into hip hop, like hardcore hip hop, Biggie, Tupac, the hardcore hip hop people. And that was the main issue with me. I didn't want to let go of my own personal choices and follow God's commandments. I just wanted to do me. Like, that was my life. Like, nobody can tell me nothing. I'm gonna do my own thing. So I was lukewarm. I was pretending to be Christian when I go to church, when I'm with my parents, when I'm at home. But outside, I was just like another girl on the street. Like, I didn't follow Christ, really. I was just doing my own thing.
So you have about like more than 100K followers, I'd say, on Instagram. And I guess a lot of people think that you can't be successful and be a Christian at the same time. And some people just have that, that perspective on the Christian life.
Yeah.
But how do you manage being a Christian and also, being at that status in life? Because I know, like, people probably like offer you to draw like certain things that don't glorify God.
Yeah.
And you have to be bold about your faith. And in this day and age, when you speak about like Christ and what Christ pushes, people are not gonna like you anymore. So how do you go about that?
Well, at first I used to think that I had to separate Esther the artist and Esther the Christian. So I would always say, oh, this is just art. I'm just doing an illustration. It has nothing to do with my religion or my faith with Christ. But then it hit me because my friends started telling me, like, whatever we do here has to represent Jesus. And I had to include that in my work as well. So I really started questioning people, like, my friend that hold me accountable in my walk with Christ, I had to start asking them about certain commission that I'll be getting just to get their point of view, because sometimes I will be okay with it, but I know that God is not okay with what I'm drawing right now. So I ask my friends just to get their opinion. Is this okay? Can I draw this? Is this against my faith? So that helped me a lot.
Can you give us an example of something that someone asked you to draw that they glorify God?
Some people ask me, some girl once she asked me to draw like wishes, like a bunch of like sorcery and demons, and I had to make them into tiny little cards. And I wanted to charge her $100 per card, and it was like 75 cards. So it was a lot of money. And you know, when money comes into the subject, we argue a little bit, you know, I can do it, you know, God doesn't mind this, I can just do this, and it's gonna be a one-time thing. But I had to ask my friends and I had to ask my parents. So I was like, this is a lot of money, like that's big money, it could change my whole life right now. But I picked Christ over money, because what's the point of me having all this money and dying and going to hell? Like, what's the point, you know? Forever Esther is gonna die. Where's Esther gonna go? Esther is not gonna go to hell. That's my goal. I don't care how much money is on the table. I don't care what the deal is, what the brand is. If it's going against my faith, if it's going against Jesus and everything that I believe, I'm not doing it. Because at the end of the day, my goal, number one goal, is to make it to heaven. Having success here is great. Having money is great. Being popular is great. Having a lot of followers, it's great. But at the end of the day, when you die, where's your soul gonna go? I'm gonna be successful here. Yeah, that's cool. But when I die, I have to make it to heaven. There's no other option. Like, I have to make it to heaven. So, yeah.
And is there any other examples that you have other than drawing cards? Or, like, you know, like, where, like, you know, you have to mix being a Christian and your, how can I say this? And your profession, basically?
Yeah. Like, any other example? Well, nudity. I remember I posted, like, because every time I open my commission, I post a little flyer that says, like, what I do, and this is what I do. Like, I do logo, illustration, book cover, art cover. And I remember this time I put, like, no nudity. And I checked my comments, and people had a lot to say about that. They're like, oh my God, no nudity? You don't draw naked people? Oh my God, you don't draw naked? And that's really, you can see how God can change people, because back in the day I used to draw nudity all the time. If you look at my old drawing, there was a lot of nudity. Like, I was so okay with it, and I would call myself Christian. Like, oh my God, I'm drawing all this, I'm exposing people's body, probably making people fall into lust, but you know, it's okay, I'm still Christian. So I had to change that in my path, in my career. I was like, I promised myself no more nudity. And that was tough, because when you're in the art community, nudity is normal. Like, it's what is known. Like, if you draw a naked person, like, yeah, that's fine. Like, nobody's gonna mind it because it's art. But then I had to start checking, like, is God okay with this? Like, is God okay with me drawing this and posting it and promoting it and people are watching it? And I had to change also because of my audience. Like, I have kids on my page. Kids follow me, so I'm like, I can't just expose those kids to nudity at such an early age. So I had to hold myself accountable. So I just stopped drawing nudity, and I put in my flyers, and I stopped drawing it. At first, it was hard, because I'm like, yo, how am I supposed to draw girls without showing nudity? And that's when I had to step my art game up, and thank God, it really inspired me to make really, really dope art without me sinning, without me exposing people's body, without nudity. So that was great.
Being a Christian and, you know, being a creator and, like, making art, would you say that, like, how do you manage your time doing that?
You make time for the things that you love. That's one. And at first I was struggling with it, because I was like, yo, I need to focus on this art, I need to get better. So I would stay up till 4 just practicing and drawing, and then I'll look at the time, I'm too tired to pray, I'm too tired to read my Bible. But then I had to realize that you make time for the people you love. And God took his time to wake me up in the morning, to give me this talent, to give me the energy to wake up and to do my job. Why can't I take 20-30 minutes, why not an hour, just to spend time in his presence, read my word? So that's when I started making sure the most important thing is done first. Like, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you work out, you do this, you do that. So I made a list. I know every morning I have to thank God for waking me up in the morning. I have to read my word. Every night at midnight, I have to read my word, do my prayer, and then I get to I start doing my illustration. I can never put art above God. Like, it's not happening. I can never do like, oh, I'm gonna draw all day, but then at night I'm not gonna pray, I'm just gonna go to sleep. That it doesn't work like that, because God is looking at me like, yo, I'm blessing you so much, you're giving me so little time. Like, that doesn't work like that. That's not a good relationship with God. So I really, now I make sure that gets done first. That's like number one priority. Make sure give my prayer, give my time with God, and then we start the day. And that's the best way you can start your day, because he's going to protect you against anything that the enemy is already planning for that day. So why not make sure that your day is already set? You start your day with God, your day is set. Like, nothing's going to come against your day that day. So I make time for God and then art. It's always God and then art, because or else I can't balance. You need that balance. God, art. Because if it's first, everything else will follow. Like, your life is going to be so much better. If it's first, like when we tell people put God first, it's for a reason. I promise you, if I did not put God first, I would not be where I am now with my career, because there's so many crazy things that happen in the world. Like, I don't know, I could be working at another job, but I put God first, and I told God my desire to be this artist, and then he made it happen. So I make sure I give God the time, and he gets all the glory. Yeah.
What would you say to the people that think that because they're putting God first, like you explained,
Yeah.
they're gonna miss out on things that they're supposed to get? What would you say to those people?
Like, what type of thing this was?
Like, let's say for example, some people would be like, if I put God first,
Yeah.
and I give like time to God before I give time to art or my passion, I might miss out on, let's say, like a contract. I might miss out on money. I might miss out on things that the world has to offer. And they have a certain way of thinking. Like, what would you say to those type of people?
Well, first thing first, when you woke up in the morning, if it wasn't for God, you would not be alive. Let's start there. He woke you up in the morning. Whatever contract it is, you can miss that contract, but do you want to miss heaven? You want to miss God? Like, do you really want to miss that? I don't think so. So what I recommend is like, yo, you put God first. He's going to make that contract double. I missed out on so many contracts because I was like, yo, I can't, because I have to go evangelize. I can't finish this commission right now, because you have to make sacrifices. That's it. You have to make sacrifices. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I can't pray tonight because I'm gonna go practice for basketball. I can't pray tonight because I'm gonna play soccer with my friends. You have to make sacrifices. God did the ultimate sacrifice. He gave his only son for you. You can't just let go of one deal, one basketball practice, because you have to make sacrifice at the end of the day, because God has to come first. I promise you, you can miss a contract, you can miss a practice, but if God is in it, he's gonna make it double. And if you miss one practice, God is probably gonna make sure he's gonna probably speak to your coach or something and make him give you another practice, or he's gonna speak to other clients and you're gonna get more clientele, because he's God. He controls the universe. He can make things change in a matter of seconds. So make sacrifices. This Christian walk, you're gonna make sacrifices. Trust me, you have to make sacrifices at the end of the day. Sometimes I don't want to go to bed at 4, but I have to be up till 4 because I know I have to pray. And then after praying, I have to get back to my work. It's the sacrifices that you have to make. There's no other way around it. You can't just neglect God and follow your dreams. It doesn't work like that.
What's an example of when you had like when something came
Yeah.
into your, like, you know, you got an opportunity,
Yeah.
and during that opportunity you have to say no to that because of God, right? And then what did God do to reward you other than that?
Basically, I had to draw. It's always about drawing in my life. I'm sorry. It's always about art in my life. And yeah, so I had to draw a commission that was completely against my fate. Like, everything that they wanted me to draw was against my fate, but the money was very good. And I was really sad that I had to let go of that deal. I remember I messaged my friends, like, I was about to cry. I missed my friend. I was about to cry. It was so sad, but I had to let go of that deal. And then a month later, I got a message from Adobe. I don't know if you guys know about Adobe. Photoshop is made by Adobe. Illustrator is made by Adobe. InDesign, any program that people use for editing or design is made by Adobe. All the programs that I used back in college on my computer are made by Adobe. Adobe is huge. It's one of the companies that I never dreamed of working with Adobe in my life. So that first deal that I couldn't do, I let it go. I was sad about it. I was like, dang, that's a lot of money. I could buy a house. So I let go of that money. And then 2 months later, Adobe messaged me and they wanted to work with me. So we did the first project. The money was awesome. I put that in my bank account. I was very happy. Very, very happy. I bought my mom gifts. We were really happy. I bought my parents gifts. We were very happy. Just trust me. The money was good. All right? The money was good. So I was very happy about that. And then a week later, Adobe messaged me again. Part 2. I work with Adobe again. And then now I feel like every project that Adobe is doing with artists, they're including me in it. They told me there's a list of artists that they have and I'm in it. So you see how God took that small project that I neglected and I let go? He gave me Adobe and he doubled it. You know that song, Everything I Double. Not double. Yo, God is gonna double it. Put him first. I promise you. Put God first. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it even better than the one that you had before. So that testimony, it really changed my life. I told my friends about it. We were just like, and in that project, they told me in their work they didn't want any nudity. That's what made me go, wow. All the illustrations that they asked me for, they were like, no nudity. That was the main thing at the end of the contract. I was like, look at God, bro. Yo, put God first. That's it.
Wow. I mean, that reminds me of the words of our wise brother Josh. When you put God first, he'll take care of you.
Period.
Last question I have is, can you give an encouragement to all people that, are striving to be successful, which is probably everyone, and that also want to, live for Christ? What's your conclusion point that you can give them?
My conclusion is, like I said so many times in this interview, put God first. He's going to give you the strength and the energy to do your work. And another thing is, please don't be lazy and neglect your work because you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to leave it in God's hands. I'm going to lay back and chill. No. You put it in God's hand. You put in work. Okay? Whatever talent you have to put in work. You have to make sure you're what is it called? You're sharpen your iron. When you work, you have to work hard, bro. Whatever talent you have to work hard to get better at it. That's good. God is a God of excellence. God likes excellent work. Okay, if you have a talent, you have to be excellent. If you're a singer, you have to be an excellent gospel singer. If you're an artist, you have to be. That was my goal with God. God, if I'm going to be an artist, I have to be excellent. I have to be quality, because I'm working and I trust you and I know you can give me the talent to be one of the best. That's my goal. I'm going to be one of the best. I'm going to be Christian because I'm going to produce excellent artwork with God. So put God first. Work on your craft. When you focus, you're praying and now you're praying, God bless me with this talent, bro. Like you're praying and now, God bless me that I become the fastest player, the best designer, the best. You have to want to be the best. Okay? So put God first, work on your craft, and be patient. Oh my God, I cannot stress this enough. Every day I get DMs of people telling me, I started drawing, it's been like 2 months, but I don't see any progress. It's been 2 months. It's been 2 months, bro. You know how many years I've been drawing? Since I was like 8. And I started making progress, like I started becoming successful in my 20s. So be patient, because if you start chasing money too quickly, you start chasing success too quickly, that's when the enemy gets in. Because you want to give you the fast way, you want the easy way out, he's going to give it to you. But if you're patient, you work hard and you trust God, I promise you there's nothing but success coming out of that. So 3 things. Put God first. No, really put God first. Like, honestly, don't just tweet about it or post on your IG and your caption, put God first. No, be about it. Put God first, work hard, and be patient. Be patient. And working hard, practice, and pray, and be patient. Keep being patient. If it doesn't come today, be like, I'm waiting again, maybe come tomorrow. If it doesn't come tomorrow, I'm waiting again in a month, in a year, and then one day, boom, it's gonna fall. Trust me, I never thought in my life I'd be working with Adobe. I'm working with Adobe. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. But yeah.
And I'm actually gonna ask you a last question, just so people can know, so people are sure. Who is God?
Jesus Christ.
Amen.
The one and only. Period.